the link for it, and you are all welcome to use that link, and you're welcome to use it. Got amazing destinations, innovative ships, and our personalized service. And when I talk about amazing destinations, there's the world, and we handle all of those ports out of North America, which is Alaska, Vancouver, Seattle, Honolulu, Galveston, Tampa, San Juan, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, all up and down the East Coast there, even Quebec City. Those are departure ports. Now let's look at another part of the globe, Europe. Look at all the departure cities there. We've got Amsterdam, Copenhagen, Stockholm, England, Venice, Barcelona, and even Rome. Wherever your clients want to go, we have them. There's some more. Dubai, we've got Singapore we leave from. We leave from 3 different ports in Australia. We leave from New Zealand. And we also have Hong Kong and Shanghai, and even a port for Beijing there. So as you can see, we are very global. I wanted to show you all the different ships we've had and what years these ships started coming out in the class of ships. And with that being said, all of our ships, those dates are not when all the ships were built. That's when the class started to come. But the great part about this is every one of our ships now is a brand new ship because, for instance, the Empress of the Seas was taken out of our fleet for 6 months last year, totally gutted down to the steel and rebuilt. And that is our ship now that does 4- and 5-night cruises from Miami, and then it will switch over in May doing 4- and 5-night cruises from Tampa, Florida, and we're even including some 5-night and 7-night cruises from Tampa that will be going to Havana with some overnights on the ship in Havana, Cuba. The Majesty was redone last year, and you see all the different things that we've added to all of these ships. So I want to show you all these Caribbean ports. I mean, I live on the West Coast, and a lot of people on the West Coast are going to say, oh my God, Hawaii is the most beautiful place on earth. And you know what? It's gorgeous. But coming from the East Coast, I spent so much time in the Caribbean, and in the mid-'80s, I worked on cruise ships as the singles director. So I have a love for the Caribbean because I think every port there is a little different because don't forget, all the Caribbean ports were settled and were owned by a lot of different European countries. So you go to St. Bart's, which is French. Believe it or not, the U.S. Virgin Islands were owned by the Scandinavians. So you'll see a lot of Scandinavian influence there. Martinique is French. Dutch islands of Aruba. So you can take a tour of Europe without even having to go to Europe, just from all the restaurants, cafes, everything there. And I think you realize now why Royal Caribbean's middle name is Caribbean. I mean, look at the ports of call we go to. Cozumel and Belize and Roatan, Honduras. We do Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. Those are the Dutch. You've got Barbados and Grenada and St. Lucia, which are British. The French is Martinique, Dominica. You've got St. Kitts and Antigua, British. St. Croix and U.S. And St. Martin is an island of itself that is both Dutch and French, all on the same island. And then you can't forget our beautiful little Bermuda up here outside in the Atlantic. We throw it in the Caribbean because the beaches there are pink sand beaches and it's gorgeous, but it's truly in the Atlantic, right off of North Carolina, about 700 miles. Gorgeous port if you've never been. So here's how we define when you're looking for itineraries, and they'll say to us they're Eastern or Western Caribbean and things like that. And this is a great way to explain it to your new-to-cruise clientele. Those are what we call Western Caribbean islands, including our private destination of Labadee. Into the Eastern, which goes all the way down to about Antigua and St. Kitts. And now, look at your southern ones. And usually the southern itineraries are either 7-night cruises out of San Juan, Puerto Rico, or they're 10 and 11-night cruises out of Fort Lauderdale and Miami, even some 9-nighters there. So that's how we break up the Caribbean that way. And then, of course, you got I call it the other region, which is the Bahamas and Bermuda, which is pretty much the Atlantic Ocean cruises, but some of the most tropical waters you've ever seen in your life. You've heard me talk a lot about our Royal Caribbean private destinations over the years. I can't say enough about these places that when the customers come off, which are your clients, but when you talk to people who are new to cruise, just have them, paint them a picture in your mind. You know, you're an artist, you're the educator, you're all these different hats that you wear, but paint them a picture of being on their own private island for the day. It's not connected to, you know, it's not tourists on the island or anything else. It's just those people on the ship. We've just done a $28 million enhancement to many of these, to both private destinations. On the left is our private island of Coco Cay. We are now building a dock there, so now the ships will be able to dock. In the past, they always had a tender, and because of that, even though it would be a gorgeous day, if the seas were rough, we would have to skip the island because we couldn't put the little tender boats in. So now we'll be able to dock the ship right there. You could get on and off the ship all day long if you want. We've added some more beaches that we didn't have before we developed them, and we found that these were unspoiled beaches, but nobody was going to them on that part of the island because it was too far to walk. So guess what we did? We built in a tram service that leaves every 5 minutes and will take you around to the other parts of the beaches, so you don't feel like you have to walk 20 minutes just to get to a beach. You'll have a tram to take you over there. We've added now food carts. Besides our gorgeous restaurants that we have there, which is, of course, all complimentary, but maybe you're laying down and you're still hungry, but you don't want a big lunch. Well, you'll look up and you'll see a little hot dog cart coming by you where you can pick up your hot dogs. We've added a new floating bar literally into the water over there at Coco Cay. And we've added 600 new beach chairs. Everybody screams they want hammocks. They all want to be Gilligan and the skipper. So we tripled the amount of hammocks on our beaches. And we have private cabanas. And those are for rent. And as you can see here, we have them both in Coco Cay, which you can't see. They're over this area. But these are our gorgeous cabanas in Labadee. And Labadee is our private island on the tip of Haiti. And if you can see, it's all surrounded by mountains. And we've got these cabanas rent for the day. There's different prices based on location. We have some right there on the water, some that are up in the hills, and some on the beach. So they're all different prices. You rent them, and they'll accommodate up to 6 people. You'll have, they'll give you complimentary rafts and floats, and you'll have your own little bar butler, beach butler that will come back and forth for you to take care of any drinks orders that you need. These are the kind of guests. So when you're thinking about who you could put on a Royal Caribbean cruise, these are the kind of guests that you want. We love families, the singles, and there's our hammocks, weddings and honeymoons. We have a whole department called the Royal Romance Department. If any of you are doing bridal shows, I even have a beautiful flyer that you can customize for yourself on Royal Romance. And of course, we are the #1 cruise line for multi-generational cruising and have won many awards over the years for being the top in family cruising. Many of our ships are all distinct and different, but we have a lot of common things on our ships. We have these phenomenal jacuzzis. As you can see up there in the right, that's like a beautiful enclosed jacuzzi that goes into different pool levels, and that you'll find on some of the Oasis class and Quanta class ships. We've got our major theaters. Nobody has the kind of theaters that Royal Caribbean has. They're 3 to 4 level Broadway-style theaters. And we have all kinds of conference rooms, buffets, steam room saunas, everything that you could want to include your cruise experience. We have signature activities, and when I call them signature activities, only on Royal will you find the surfing. We have zip lining. We've got our rock climbing walls. We've got ice skating rinks. We've got our golf courses on board. So when you look at it, you'll see, I mean, we're the only line that has bumper cars, a roller skating rink on board, and we even have a Circus at Sea school. So many, many different great things. And at our private destination, here's another shot in the bottom left. This is Labadee. And we are able to boast that we have the largest, longest zip line over water in the world. It starts at the very top of a mountain, and it goes totally across that whole water to the other side of that island. We even have a roller coaster on the island that goes out over the ocean. As I said, if everybody could just stay at Labadee, they would just flip. They love it there. Our nightlife, I can't even tell you over the years how many awards we've won for our entertainment. There's other cruise lines that may have Broadway shows, but we're happy to say that we're the only cruise line that has Tony Award-winning shows. These shows have won major Tony Awards on Broadway, and these are not excerpts. These are literally the full Broadway musical, including intermissions. Think about the value when you talk to your clients. Think about the value locally to go see a Broadway show. It's about $125. On our ship, it's totally free and included. On many of our ships, on the Liberty, we have Saturday Night Fever. We have Grease, the musical, on both Harmony of the Seas and Independence. We Will Rock You, which is the musical by Queen, and that's on the Anthem of the Seas. My favorite, Mamma Mia, is on Allure, and Cats actually has is on the Oasis of the Seas. And I'll tell you, you know, a lot of times people want to compare Royal to a cruise to an all-inclusive vacation. Well, as you guys know, because you guys are wonderful in selling the all-inclusive land vacations, some of these are quite expensive and not cheap. But if you were to look at a cruise and you take the cruise value, you add the entertainment on, which is free, but then you can even add on a beverage package for the week. We have 4 different beverage packages. Purchasing them in advance gives you up to a 20% discount on top of that. We've got really great shore excursions. And all of these great things, you add that up, and I bet we'll be coming out very close to what an all-inclusive would be. But the beauty of Royal is you're unpacking once, and you're going to be able to see 4 to 5 different islands and have great new experiences instead of unpacking once and staying at the same resort for a week. So you'll see there's very different things. But think about Royal and help overcome people's objections. Show them that they could buy the different segments to put it all into the great pricing of what a cruise goes for, and then start from there. All right, hold on, because you can't believe all the dining options we have at Royal Caribbean, and they're not all for a charge. We have our My Time dining, which is you can eat anytime between 5:30 and 9:30, very flexible. Or you have your traditional dining, which is 2 separate seatings at 5:30 and at 8 o'clock. And look at this gorgeous dining rooms. These are some of the most elegant dining rooms you'll ever see on a cruise ship, scanning 3 decks. And these are some of our complimentary dining. We've got the Windjammer, we've got the 270, always out at the Solarium. You have wonderful complimentary. Of course, there's specialty dining for those who want it. If you don't want it, no need to have it, but maybe you want to celebrate a special evening. And even on our ships, we have them open at lunchtime at a much reduced price also. 24-hour room service, and all kinds of family and kid-friendly menus, and all kinds of beverage and dining packages. Here's our staterooms, and I love our staterooms. We are told we have some of the best storage. Over here in this interior cabin, where's my little arrow? Oh, there it is. Look at this. This is not a picture on the wall. That is actually a closet that's opened up for you to see all the storage you get in there. Okay, that's an interior. Everyone, look at this. This is my pride and joy. First of all, the storage up here. This is the same cabin as this. It's an interior cabin, but on this wall, instead of the couch, we have a little chair there, and the rest of this wall is this. We painted a railing on that wall. We put drapes up there, but everybody, that's a wall, but that's the interior, what we call our virtual balconies. There is a live camera feed up on top of the ship 24 hours a day. And whatever, if you were standing up on the top of the ship, whatever you were seeing, it is now being projected on that wall in your cabin. To me, it's better than an ocean view because you have a much bigger view. But I don't think you've ever seen, nor will you ever see, these virtual balcony cabins again, except how we have these beautiful cabins on Royal Caribbean. There's our ocean view balconies. And there's even a little drape here that separates if some of these cabins come with sofa beds right there. And there's just our typical ocean view outside cabin. These are beautifully done with the most incredible storage. And one that's not on here, I want to remind you, Royal Caribbean has single cabins, solo cabins. Unlike other lines that are solo cabins for interiors only, Royal Caribbean also has solo cabins that have a 55 square foot balcony with them. So if somebody is very budget minded, you could put them in a single cabin with a balcony, and it's a full size bed, not a queen size bed. But guess what, everybody? Suppose somebody is on a budget, honeymoon, whatever, and they don't mind sharing a full size bed. We will sell that cabin, and the second person that's in that cabin will only pay whatever the reduced third and fourth rate is on the ship at that time. And like right now, what a great deal that is, because we're having a 30% off sale on the third and fourth rate. So whatever the third and fourth rate is, take another 30 off, and boom, you're in a wonderful little smaller cabin, 120 square feet, but you're also going to have a 55 square foot balcony. So it's pretty fantastic. These are our suites, and I just love the walls and windows that you see on these. That's our junior suite. To me, I think that is probably the best value on any cruise ship. It's very spacious. It's got a nice living area, plus the bedroom. That's one of our owner suites, and here is a bar area. We're standing at the front door of the cabin. This is the bar. This is the whole living room, and that will be a sofa bed there. And here's a big widescreen TV and a cabinet, and that screen will turn around from this side, and it will flip over to this side, and that's where the whole bedroom is and bath. As you can see, for all our suites, they have upgraded deck furniture with double and triple size decks out there. Our sky lofts are wonderful. The 2-level suites. The bedroom is up here, and here's your living room area. And where you're looking right now, where the word skyloft is, imagine that being a 2-level wall of window glass overlooking the ocean and your balcony. And of course, the Royal Loft Suite. Our Royal Suite class, we put them into 3 tiers of classes, so you can tell people about that. But now here's the great things that you as a travel agent could tell your new to cruise kind of clients. You get them all of this info before they board, their itinerary, their online check-in luggage tags, will tell you how to prepare your home, what to pack. So there's your travel documentation. You always should have your clients find out what they need to get on. Some will be driver's license and birth certificates if it's coming round trip from a U.S. port of call. Some will be passports. Going to Cuba, you'll need visas. And people who are they're maybe permanent residents or naturalizations, you're going to need to check with the local countries to see what visas you need. But if you look down here, this is an important website down here for you to check out, www.royalcaribbean.com/beforeyouboard/travel-documents.do. That'll answer all your questions that you need. And this is what you need, of course, before you start your boarding Royal Caribbean check-in. You get all this information ready to go. I love this. These are great helpful hints for you to share with your clients, you know, for the preparing the home before they go. That the pets are taken care of, lights and radios are on a timer, someone gets your mail or you stop your mail, check your thermostat. People sometimes forget when they go out. And get rid of all your perishables and leftovers in the fridge. You don't want to come home smelling everything. Turn the water off so, God forbid, you don't ever have to worry about a pipe breaking and the water's there and you have peace of mind. A lot of people forget that you can do that for the week that you're away, and it's great. And here's a nice little screenshot here that tells you about, and again, to tell your client. On the right, it'll tell you what are formal, smart, casual, and casual nights on the cruise lanes, ranging from 3 to 15. The first day, you tell people to always pack a small carry-on with a change of clothes, a bathing suit, medicines, and your travel documents. Because guess what? You're going to get there. You may not get your luggage, but if you're in the middle of wintry snow and you get down there, the last thing you want to do is sit in your clothing watching people laying on chaise lounges while you're waiting for your luggage. So if you have it already, remind your clients, have it with them. They will thank you a million times over that their vacation starts the minute they walk onto the ship rather than waiting till when they get the luggage into their cabin. And it tells you about daytime and dinner attire and things like that. All right. You cannot arrive. The number one thing on this day of sailing, and that's one of our ports of, that's our beautiful port of Port Canaveral. But you cannot arrive any later than 90 minutes before the sailing. And you've got to stress this to your clients. You will be denied boarding. It's not a Royal Caribbean rule. It's now a Coast Guard rule because they want everybody checked on board, and they have to run security check on every single passenger through the computer system. And then the rooms will be ready after 1 o'clock. Opening for sale. Everyone keeps asking me, when are things opening so you can start booking through 2019? If you want to write this down, you'll remember it. Starting on the week of March 6th, we'll be opening the Caribbean and the Bahamas. And Cuba is now open. And the Northeast and the seasonal Caribbean, meaning Caribbean that's only there a couple times of the year, that'll open March 27th. The big ones to watch out for, the week of March 13th, Alaska. If you're going to book Alaska, if you're booking a group or whatever, do it in the first couple days because, like this year, our Alaska group space sold out within the first 10 days it was open for the entire summer. We are having the best year. Royal Caribbean had a banner year last year.
Oh, finish the work.
Can you mute you? Can somebody mute themselves, please? Okay. And then Europe opens, And there is one flyer on this, and Maggie, I'll send that to you, and you can post it on the website and send it out. These are some of the awards that we've won. Best cruise line overall for 14 years. How about winning from the Readers of Travel Weekly? Those are travel agents from all over the nation. They voted us the best cruise line in the Caribbean for the last 14 years. The best sales and service. We won the best new ship, Harmony of the Seas. And in 2016, we won another award from another company. The Reader's Choice gave us the best ship overall. So besides the best new ship, the best ship overall. And believe it or not, it's funny that they picked the Allure of the Seas, because if you ask me, that is my favorite ship. And I can't explain why. I just love that ship. I love that Broadway musical. And I just can't say enough. I love the Allure of the Seas. And of course, in 2016, we won Best Cruise Line for Families. Since we created this, we hosted the Travi Awards, and we walked away with 6 awards, again, for Best Cruise Line in the Caribbean. So when you're thinking of a cruise for your clients in the Caribbean, remember our middle name, Caribbean, but remember that we've been voted year in and year out by travel agents from all over the country, Best Cruise Line. So I thank you for that. And we've got some time left. So I want to show that video again for those who didn't see it, that came on late. This is a video that is available to you, and I will send the link to Maggie. And if you want it, you can request it, and you can utilize it at shows, or feel free to do whatever you want with it. But let's take a look at it. And we go by every class of ships on this. So if you've never seen our ship, here's a great way to see it. We have Johnny Rocket Steiners on our ship. And that was the Voyager class of ship. All of our ships come with big screen TVs out at the pool area, golf courses, full court basketball, and look at these gorgeous glass stone solarium pools. Those were built for our Alaska ship. So you could be enjoying a pool watching the glaciers. That's radiant because they were built specifically for Alaska. Some of our ships have bungee trampoline jumping, and again, all glass dome swimming pool areas besides our outdoor pool. And that's our Vision class. Those are our slides. Those are mechanical robots that are bartenders. And an outdoor aqua theater. So anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. This is the beginning part of it. We are all about adventure and great encounters. And those are our slides. We have water slides and regular zip lining and regular slides all on board the ship. And this is our Quantum class. For you in the Northeast, the Anthem sails out of New Jersey, and this is the ship. And it also sails out of Australia. The bumper cars, a roller skating rink, circus to sea school, our simulated skydiving. And I think that we've seen all of these so far. So I'll stop that there. And just show you some other things. I want to talk, I'm going to go through this fast because a lot of these we've already seen in some of the others. So we've seen these. And just the destinations. In fact, Cuba, that's what I want to show you. Look at Bermuda. Look at our private, that's our private island, that Coco Cay. I just try to show you some other great angles of this gorgeous destination for the day. We have jet skis there that you can rent. We have a floating water park. We have water slides. We even have a kids area where you could drop the kids off with our trained counselors while on the beach if you want to go snorkeling and are afraid to leave the kids alone. Cuba awaits you. We're using our beautiful ship, the Empress of the Seas. We've got some great pricing. We just opened up cruising all the way through November, so you could still grab some great pricing on that. If you've never done Alaska, you've got to put it on your schedule. We're blessed because we get to go to Hubbard Glacier over the different other bays. Hubbard Glacier is still the only glacier in Alaska that's still growing. So as it grows, you're going to see a lot of the calving, which everyone likes to watch, the walls of ice dropping into the ocean. It's so serene and quiet there. It's beautiful. And then we have cruise tours that go through the Canadian Rockies. I was blessed to have been able to do this, and I can't tell you how incredible the cruise tours are in the scenery. Unlike other lines, we use Via Rail, which is the Canadian National Rail. It's sort of like the Amtrak of Canada. And because of that, you don't have to, on the other cruise tour companies, you have to stop in between your first and second day, and you stay in a little hotel, a little motel, I should say, and then you pick up the ship, the train again the next morning. But with us, when you do our Canada cruise tour, you are getting your own compartment, your own sleeping compartment on the train. So you're on the train. You get to sleep on the train to have that experience. And the part of the way we designed it, when you're sleeping, you're going through the most non-scenic area of all of the Canadian Rockies. So when you wake up and have your breakfast in the dining car and all of that, you will find that you didn't miss a thing and you're enjoying it all. Canada, New England, everybody, this is the hottest destination this year. I think some people want to stay closer to home and not fly away. So therefore, we have the beautiful Anthem of the Seas in the fall doing 9-night round trips from New Jersey up to Canada and New England, Halifax, St. John, Boston area. We also have the Grandeur of the Seas from Baltimore doing 9-night cruises. So people could drive from wherever they are in that whole Northeast corridor as far up and be able to enjoy Canada and New England. And that's Nova Scotia. It's pretty, every part of New England and Canada, that area is just like seeing beautiful paintings on walls. That's how pretty it is. We also started something new this year. We have a one-way cruise that goes from New Jersey to Quebec City, Canada. So you're going to go all the way up Canada, and then you're going down the St. Lawrence Seaway, stopping in Quebec City, and regardless of whether you start your cruise there or you end your cruise there, you'll always have one night on the ship overnighting in Quebec City, so you can use your ship as your hotel. If you've never been to Quebec City, it's going back to a little French village. You'll just flip. Of course, we're going all over Europe still. That's the beautiful Amalfi Coast. In Amalfi, I was fortunate to be there. And there's something about Italy that just captures me. Every time I go there, I find something new and make a new memory to last me forever. We're big in Australia this year. The brand new Ovation of the Seas that came out only about 6 months ago, that is now sailing for the Australia season, everybody. It's their summer, which is our winter time. So they go from November through March and April in Australia and New Zealand. We have 3 ships doing it. We have some ships out of Australia that are going to do the South Pacific, including the exotic Fiji Islands and things like that. Dubai is coming to an end in a couple months. We sold the ship, and that ship is leaving our fleet. That ship is called the Splendor of the Seas. But if you got somebody at a very last minute, you could get them on one of our ships out of Dubai. And of course, Asia, we've got, we leave from so many ports between Singapore, Hong Kong, the port city of Beijing, and the port city for Shanghai. We go all over Vietnam, Cambodia, Bali, Indonesia. So if your clients are looking for something different, that's it for them. And pretty much you've seen everything else. That's the Empress. I want to show you this. This is the ship I worked, one of the ships I worked on in the 80s. That entire back here, this whole area right here, is a floor-to-ceiling two-level dining room. It is gorgeous. The ship is small. Guest capacity is only about 2,000, but when we redid it, I think I would say it's about 1,600 passengers. And it's only 48,000 tons. So imagine a ship 48,000 tons to our Harmony of the Seas, which is 220,000 tons. We've got our little disco up here, the Viking Crown Lounge. On the second level of the Viking Crown is a whole little gym workout area. We've added the rock climbing wall. And it's one of those ships where you walk out of your cabin, you walk a few steps to the right, you're at the back elevators. A few steps to the left, you're at the front elevators. We have a full-size theater on board with our main production shows that have made us famous. A lot of ocean view. We have some balcony cabins, some junior suites, but a lot of picture window cabins there. And here's some of the amenities we do. Every Sunday on the ship, it's Sunday brunch, which we include complimentary mimosas and Bloody Marys. And we do overnights in Cozumel. We've got live music, nightly pool parties, and we've added the new Chops Grill restaurant to it. And of course, it's still going to Cuba. We have the largest Latin salsa dance club on the ship, of any of our ships, and a beautiful Cuban cigar club right off in the back area of one of the bars. The Majesty, and I know a lot of you at Pro Travel Network are selling a lot of our 3- and 4-day cruises. They're great for bachelor and bachelorette parties. They're great for those that have just a little time and they're close to it. Anyway, we just redid this whole entire ship in 2016. That's a view of it up top. That's one of our pool areas. We added a whole little kids pool park area. So when you're here, believe me, the kids are going to be there, not near you. We have a little deck area here to relax on, and it's just such a pretty, pretty ship. We added a new splashway bay, giant movie screen, family jacuzzis, and that's home ported out of Port Canaveral. So you could do a 3 and 4 day and combine it with our universal Orlando packages that are anywhere between 2 and 3 nights, and really make a nice vacation out of it. And our universal packages include all of the transfers and everything like that. The Vision class, we've redone a lot of these ships already. We've added an adults-only pool area, solarium, Broadway shows, 2-story dining rooms, and they sell all over the world. Your Voyager class was the first class to introduce ice skating and golf and full surfing, full court basketball, I should say, to all of our ships. The rock climbing walls are there. We have golf courses on there. We have the ice skating rink, and we've just redone them all, and we're adding the flow rider surfing to many of the ships. And the Radiants, as I told you earlier, they were specifically built for Alaska. And we've redone all of these ships. The Jewel of the Seas was redone. Radiance was redone. These ships have the single cabins on them as well. And they're the ships with the most glass. Imagine laying in this solarium area of a pool, and outside it's 40 degrees and glaciers are dropping all around you. Is that not the way to see Alaska? And these are a great fleet. The Liberty of the Seas is part of this, and that ship sails year-round out of Galveston, Texas, to the Western Caribbean. They all have the inside atriums, and these are all Cabins Club promenade view cabins that overlook the whole promenade here, which is filled with restaurants, bars, and gift shops. My Oasis class, which is Oasis, Allure, and Harmony. This is the major slide in the background. Goes from deck 16 to deck 10 in 13 seconds. It's not a water slide. You sit on a mat as you go through all of these tunnels and curves. And then, of course, we do have a water slide. These are cabins called the Aqua Theater Suites that overlook the whole outdoor Aqua Theater, which is right here. You can see we have 2 surfing areas on board for our simulated surfing, and behind the surfing over here is our golf course. These glass windows here are our 2-level apartment suites. They're loft suites, and many of them have their genie. There's a private restaurant up there for the suite passengers as well. And we have a Shrek, of course, all of our DreamWorks characters living on the ship. And these are our different neighborhoods on the Oasis Central Park, the Royal Promenade, the boardwalk area, the pool zone, the spa, entertainment area, and the youth zone. And the last but not least class of ships are the Quantum class. And as I told you, we have 2 of those ships. The Quantum is in the Chinese market for the Chinese, but we have the Anthem and Ovation. The Anthem is year-round out of New Jersey, doing Caribbean, Bermuda, Canada, New England. The Ovation spends its winters in Australia, and then it does for the rest of the year, cruises out of Singapore and Hong Kong, all around Asia. And there's the North Star, which you've heard about. It's a capsule that has 13 people go up in it every 15 minutes, and it reaches you 300 feet above the air and over the ship. Being up there looking down at the Statue of Liberty, that's pretty amazing, isn't it? We also have the simulated skydiving called Ripcord by iFly. We have the Bionic Bar. These are robots that are making you drinks. And the Seaplex, which has the bumper cars. And we're not done yet, guys. Thanks to you all, with you keep selling Royal, we keep growing for you. So we've got new innovative amenities, and here's our ships in the future. In 2018, next year, we have the 4th Oasis class ship, which is a sister twin to Harmony of the Seas. And we were told already that that ship will be sailing in North America. It will not be going to China. So that's great for us. In 2019 and 2020, we have 2 more Quantum class ships. 2021, we're bringing out a third Harmony style ship. And 2022 and 2024, we recently announced an entire new class of ships called the Icon class of ships. So we're going to be busy basically for the next 7 years or so. And I want to take that ride with all of you on this, because I think the world's our oyster, and things are going to keep getting better for all of us. So at that point, I want to end our webinar, but open it up for questions. And keep in mind, I will be sending Maggie the link for you to join us on a wonderful ship tour and launch on the Harmony of the Seas. And that ship tour and launch will be in March.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much, Randy. That was a lot of information that I hope our agents really loved, and we got to see those new ships that are coming in and so forth. So anybody have any questions for Randy? Does anybody have any
Excuse me,
questions?
Randy.
Yes?
Yes, this is Fitzgerald. Randy, I was wondering, are ship tours available upon request also if you live close to a port or anything
Yes,
like that?
if you want, it's not like at your thing. What you could do is my email address, which Maggie has, and she can even type it on there right now. It's randyRsupport@rccl.com, and you let us know where you would like to see one of our ships. And we have local sales managers all over the country that do ship tours. So we will let you know what ship tours are available on what dates, and then we'll just work you right in to those ship tours.
All right, sounds fantastic.
And I will be hosting one ship tour this summer up in Seattle. I'm not sure what date yet, but I will be showing off the beautiful Explorer of the Seas up in Seattle.
All right, thank you, sir.
Is there any other questions I can answer?
Arnisha is asking, does Royal offer travel agent rates?
In order to get travel agent rates, you have to go to Cruising Power. The sales department doesn't handle it. It's all done by revenue management. So if you go to cruisingpower.com and you go to the very far right column, which talks about training and certification, there's a little button there for travel agent rates. But not every ship and sailing day has it. And I got to say, thank God you guys are doing such a great job of selling our ships that we have very far few between dates that we do have space available. We're going out at about 103% occupancy, and it varies from month to month, but when you get over 100%, that means the third and fourth berths are being utilized. So, but always check on there, and it also is for all 3 brands of Royal, Celebrity, and Amara, and you'll see the different pricing and everything on there.
That's great, great. Any other questions, anybody?
Oh, and just don't expect to see travel agent rates on there except probably within 4 weeks of a sailing date. Because if you remember, Royal came out with a rule that within 30 days of a sailing date, if we have empty cabins, we will not lower the rates to the consumers, because that only lowers the pricing integrity, and it causes a lot of problems for you because we can't protect those kind of rates. So within 30 days, if there's still cabins open, that's when you'll usually see a travel agent rate get put on there.
That's great, great.
And I hope to see every one of you on our on that fun October Halloween weekend sailing.
I know. I'm so excited. I hope everybody does go, Randy. It's always a pleasure.
Get
Whenever
your
you do.
deposits in early.
Correct.
Will there be ever any training, booking webinars?
On how to book a cruise or on how to use cruisingpower.com?
Well, both.
I would love it. In fact, Maggie, I would love for you to send out to your group there maybe a little questionnaire of what they want to see, because I could do multiple webinars a month. I could do whatever you guys want.
Okay.
You are one of our top partners nationwide, and my job is here for you, and it would be my pleasure to teach you the espresso booking tool, teach you how to navigate around Cruising Power, and anything you want. It'd be my pleasure to do so. Let's coordinate it through Maggie, and we'll set up webinars for you guys.
Yeah, sounds great. We'll definitely do that, Randy. And I will keep you updated on that. Send me those links so that I can get those out this week. So if anybody doesn't have any more questions, just feel free to email Randy directly. And also
at Randy R. Support
Randy
at
R.
rccl.com.
Correct. It is also in the chat box, and it'll also be in your back office. Another announcement would be that the next webinar will go back to its regular scheduled date of Thursday at 5 p.m. on the 16th of February. So I will let you guys know who will be on that webinar. And then also, Randy, thank you so much for taking the time for doing this webinar for all of us. We greatly
it's always my pleasure, you guys.
And let's get you back on sometime in March or April. And
Right.
yeah, we'll go from there. Hopefully by then we'll give you
And I will
that.
be in Fresno on Thursday and Friday, so I'll pop in to say hi.
Yay! Awesome. Great. We'll see you then.
All righty.
Everybody have a
Alrighty.
wonderful weekend. If you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me, okay?
Thank you.